Hello folks, welcome to the channel, and I hope you are all keeping well on another glorious day. Well, today you find me on a very nice Ducati Monster. So this is courtesy of my local Ducati KTM dealer. So my KTM890R is in for its 2-year service, and Owen, the service manager down there, sales manager, has kindly lent me this demonstration bike. So I thought, what better time to come out on a sunny day whilst my KTM is being serviced and take this Monster for a little bit of a run. So I don't really know too much about the Monster, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I've dived onto the old internet, the font of all knowledge, and just come up with a few little bits and pieces for you as we do a little bit of a loop of my home island of Jersey. So Ducati Monster, then, it's been out since 1993, and then at some point in the Ducati history, the Monster actually made up about 50% of Ducati sales. So it is a very popular bike for Ducati. And then all the way up until 2021, I think it was, the Monster had a trellis frame, and then from 21 it then went to a new design, so they ditched the trellis frame. But before all that, why is it called the Monster? Well, back in the day, one of the designers, I can't remember his name, I'll put it up here somewhere, well, he was part of the design team, and he just sort of threw a random comment into the hat and said, well, my kids like to go to the shop and they'd like to get these little rubber monsters to play with. So allegedly that's where the name Monster came from. So the Monster's been around since 1993, and yet in 2021, major overhaul, and they ditched the trellis frame and they've come up with this bike, and I don't think it's changed too much since it was launched a couple of years ago. So a little bit late to the party, but this is just a first ride review, really, for want of a better word. So let's go through a few of the old specification then for the Ducati Monster. So the engine then is 937cc V-twin 90 degrees Testa Stretta engine, and that engine appears in some of the other products within the Ducati range, banging out 111 horsepower, 65 newton meters of torque. Service intervals, according to the website on the old Ducati, 9,000 miles or 24 months. I'm not sure if that's correct, but that's what it says on the old Ducati UK website. What a glorious day. Glorious day. Really nice. And not a bad bike to be out in the sun having a little bit of a play, really. Very nice. So that would be the engine then. Obviously it's water cooled, Euro 5 compliant, 6-speed gearbox, driving a chain to the back wheel. Yeah, glorious day. So let's just have a look from the front of the bike to the rear of the bike. So starting at the front then, the actual bike standard out of the showroom is equipped with the old Rosso 3 tyres, and this bike's only done about 100 miles, so just mindful how I go with the new tyres. And the brakes on the front then, we've got the Brembo M40 calipers, and on the rear we have a Brembo twin piston, 2-piston caliper there. And then the shocks are actually non-adjustable, upside down forks, so they're non-adjustable, and I believe that the rear is adjustable only for preload. LED lighting all the way around, so we've got a really nice sort of circular oval headlight with a DRL, daytime running lights, on it as well. And quite a nice feature on the Monster are the indicators. So when you pop the old indicators on, which are self-cancelling if you want to, then we have the progressive style of indicator quite nicely built into down the side here. So yeah, it really looks very pretty. And then on the back we've just got the standard indicator stalks. Switchgear nicely laid out, not complicated at all, very easy to operate. A nice chunky indicator switch here, and then you've got the horn button below, which is the best place for it to be, not like the old Hondas. And then we've got a pass light here, activates the headlight. And I think this is the DRL button down here, and the standard way to start the bike on the right hand side as well. So yeah, nice controls, all nicely falling to the hand, the fingers and all that stuff. And I don't think they're backlit. Then we've got the TFT screen, 4.3 inches, very nice, easy to read. I wear varifocal glasses, no problems reading that, although it might be a little bit on the small side, but yeah, everything that I need is there. So the fuel light is on at the moment. I've got 37 miles to go before I have to push it, 30 miles an hour, and I'm in sport mode, and yeah, red lines at 10,000 RPM. Current temperature is 21 degrees, so you've got all the information falling on the screen very easily. So yeah, nice little screen that, I like that. So we've already spoken about the suspension, non-adjustable. Yeah, I find the suspension fine for me on the roads. Dearie me. So the controls on the bike, the front brake, very nice, Brembo unit, and it's adjustable for span only, and the clutch is also Brembo unit. They're both hydraulic, and the clutch is also span adjustable. Again, we've already spoken about the switchgear, very nice. So the mirrors then, they're a nice design, and yeah, you can see behind you, but I wouldn't say they're the best mirrors. They do shake a little bit. Everything shakes beneath 4,000 RPM. We're in third gear at the moment. There we go, 3,500 RPM. I don't know if you can see that. And the whole bike, it's like it's got two characters. You know, beneath 4,500 revs, it's shaking a little bit, like it's on the leash. It wants to be let rip. And then you get over 5,000 RPM and the whole character changes, and you get the induction roar, and then it's quite a quick bike. And that's all I'll say, because I don't want to get reported for any highway offences. Yeah, so it is a deceptively quick little machine. And talking of little, I'm 5'9", about 85 kilos with all my kit on, and I have no problems flat-footing this whatsoever. Standard seat height is 825 millimeters. That's the standard seat, and then you can get I guess a less padded seat, which will drop it down to 800 mil. And for those of you who need maybe a little bit of a shorter option, then you can get the lowered suspension at 725 millimeters. If any of those heights are correct or incorrect, I'll adjust them up here, but I think they're pretty much spot on. So the Monster does sort of cater for everybody. Weight wise, I think you're looking at 188 kilos wet, 166 dry, and it actually feels light as, not as a feather, but it certainly feels light when you're moving it around the garage and all that kind of stuff. So those of you who might be a little bit on the smaller side, I don't think you'll have any issues moving this around whatsoever. There is no center stand, you've just got the side stand, which is very easy to kick out. You don't have to go hunting for it. So the fuel tank, 14 litres, and I think it does 5.2 litres per 100 kilometres, gives us a theoretical range of about 168 miles, and that induction roar is very, very nice, and it is a quick bike. It is a quick bike. And steering wise, yeah, it handles really well. I've got to say, when I first jumped on it, didn't know whether I liked it or not. I think it was because we were beneath 4,500 revs and it's a bit clanky, but yeah, once you get above 5,000 RPM, it flicks the character switch, and it just wants to go, and everything smooths out. Gearbox, yeah, pretty good. It's got the Ducati quick shifter up and down, so yeah, nice bit of kit that. No problems finding neutral. In relation to riding modes then, we have 3 riding modes. I don't know why they use sport, urban and touring. Why not just use sport, street and rain or something? So yeah, 3 riding modes, fairly simple to adjust them. I think you could do it within a few seconds on the fly. So just hold the indicator switch in, then that gives you access to the various sporting riding mode menus there. And then with the left hand switch here, you can just scroll between them. So I could go to urban, and I can't remember what urban is. I don't know if that's for low power or whatever, but they got various power modes within those settings. I'll put them up on the screen here. I think one of them is only it's certainly not 111 horsepower. It's significantly less than that. I think it's 75 horsepower, but I put something on the screen up here, just what it is and which one it is, because they should call it rain really. At least you know rain, you're going to get the least the least power, I guess. So I'm not going to put it in touring. I'm going to put it back to sport mode. So I'm going to select sport. It tells me to close the throttle, and we're back into sport mode now. Coming backwards then, the tank, I love it's either a bison or a buffalo back sculptured tank, and my legs just fit in snugly in the cutouts towards the rear of the tank. So it's a very comfortable bike to be in or on. Seat wise, yeah, it's a firmish kind of seat. I've been on it now for about an hour or so. Yeah, it's okay. Only time will tell, as they say. But anybody that's got any comments, if you've got one of these, please put them in the comments section down below. Talking about the seat, so under the seat then, if you just undo the lock, and then you could take the seat off, and then under the seat you've got a little bit of storage, and then you've got a waterproof bung, which then gives you access to the USB connector. And as we sit here in 21 degrees of heat from the sun, yeah, I can just feel a little bit of heat coming up from the engine, but hey guys, it is what it is kind of thing. But I'm flat footing it, absolutely no problem whatsoever. Right, that's let me through. They let me through. Thank you. I think you can get a load of accessories for it. You just have to go onto the Ducati website and see what you can get for that. The exhaust itself, it's like shotgun style, stacked one on top of the other. Yeah, it looks pretty good actually. And it sounds, yep, sounds okay. Again, Euro 5 compliant. But when you get it above 4.5 towards 5,000 revs, that's when it just wants to get going, and you get that big induction howl or roar. So yeah, and it is a quick bike, folks. Make no bones about it. It is a quick bike. Beneath 4,000 revs, it does shake a bit. That would be my only negative point. So depending on where you live, yeah, I don't know whether you get hacked off with that. But if you open roads and stuff, B roads, A roads, we can go sort of 60, 70 miles an hour in your normal work day, then yeah, I don't think it would be a problem. Quick shifter though is, yeah, quick shifter's nice. Yeah, it just handles really well, really well. Again, I'm going a little bit careful because of the tyres. They don't know how scrubbed in they are, but yeah, it's nice. So as standard then, the bike comes with heaps and heaps of electronics. The only thing you really don't have is cruise control and heated grips, unless I'm wrong. So yeah, comprehensive electronic suite. You've got the quick shifter up and down. You've got the IMU, inertial measurement unit, which controls ABS, traction control, wheelie control, to name but a few. So yeah, you can go into the menus and play around with it. But as I said, this is just me riding this whilst my KTM890R is having its 2-year service. So the belts on the engine, I can't remember when you have to change them. I'll put the mileage up here, but it's I think it's better than what it used to be. So that's when the belts have got to be changed. The actual rear seat unit itself, you've got a glass reinforced GRFP thing which bolts onto the back of the engine. So that's mounted on the engine, and the frame itself, an aluminium section on the frame down here, that's actually bolted onto the top of the engine as well. So it's a very yeah, modern kind of bike, I guess. But that just helps to reduce the weight from the previous model. So there we go, sat in traffic, getting a little bit warm, fans coming on. I think we need to do something about this, folks, because this is going to drive me nuts. So filtering on this bike, you won't have any problems at all, because it just feels really narrow, very light, and very easy to flick around. And again, that lowish seat height, it's not a problem. So price wise then, what are we looking at? So if you go to your UK showroom and speak to a dealer there, they will take 11,295 of your hard earned pounds from you, and for that you're going to get 24 months Ducati factory warranty. Now if you're in the UK, you can get the Ducati extended factory warranty for years 3 and 4, and that is a full Ducati warranty, I believe. But I think it all depends on where you live, whether you can get that extended 3rd and 4th Ducati warranty. I think other warranties might be an insurance kind of warranty. So that's what you're looking at, 11,295. Competitor wise, it's got to be the 890, a twin cylinder engine. I know all about the KTM890R because that's what I've got. So pretty similar bikes power wise really. And then MT-09 from Yamaha, and then the Turono Sport 660 from Aprilia, maybe. I don't know who the competitors are for these middleweight kind of bikes, but you know, do you need anything bigger? Not really. I mean, there's plenty of go in this. Yeah, there's more than plenty of go in this little thing, this little monster. I mean, if they did a 1200, that would be crazy quick. But the this little monster's got enough power for me. I'd be more than happy with that, and it's got a lovely sounding induction roar as well. Fit and finish, very good. Again, this is a brand new bike, it's their demo, and everything seems to be bolted together quite nicely. As I said, it rattles and shakes and whatever beneath 4,500 revs. That's character 1, and then above that, character 2, it turns into a smoother, fast machine. So a bike of 2 characters really. But I love that induction roar, it's very nice. Induction roar is very addictive. So the riding position for me then at 5'9", we've already mentioned the sculptured sort of buffalo kind of tank. I think it's buffalo, isn't it? Yeah, it's very comfortable. 5'9", I'm not sort of leaning forward. It's a nice place to be, nice wide bars. Feet, I don't think they're sort of behind me. It seems fairly neutral, I'm not sure really. But yeah, seems to be a comfortable place to be, so more than happy with that. No aches or pains after an hour or so on the bike. Clutch is alright, hydraulic clutch. It's not light, it's not hard, it's yeah, middle of the road I guess. And the front brakes, the Brembo brakes, really nice, 2-finger jobby, very nice. I've got diddy hands, but the span is fine for me. It's just a nice place to be. Would I want one in my garage? More than likely, but I want lots of bikes in my garage. But yeah, it's a nice machine. So accessories wise, I guess you just need to go onto the Ducati website and see how much money you want to spend, because no doubt you can configure this up with all kinds of things as well. Nice for maybe a weekend machine possibly. Rucksack, something on the back. I don't know if you can strap anything on the back there, a roll bag or something like that, or you'd have to get some kind of mounting system for the back there to go away on your weekends away. But yeah, I think you'd want to go and do a little bit of mileage on this. Yeah, that induction roar is addictive. And obviously they do another flavoured version, the Plus version, don't they? So the special version of Plus, that's got all the other fancy bits and pieces on it, uprated suspension and all that kind of stuff, different exhaust for a few more quid. But yeah, this base model, I think it's got everything you need. Okay, the forks aren't adjustable, but they're fine for me at 80 something kilos. Yeah, no issues there. And it comes in several flavours, which I'll put up on the screen. I think my favourite colour though is the grey one. I'm not a great fan of those red blobs that they put on the wheels, if I'm being perfectly honest. But what a gorgeous day. What a gorgeous day to be on the Monster. I love that growl. I love the Monster's growl. Yeah, handle's very nice, very neutral. Doesn't oversteer, doesn't understeer, just sort of does what you want it to do. So yeah, it's good. Like it. Right, I think what we'll do is let's park up somewhere, let's listen to what it sounds like, and then final thoughts, and then we'll take it back to bikers. So my final thoughts then on the Ducati Monster. Very nice bike, and it does come in an A2 version as well, so depending on what license you've got, you can actually get the detuned version of this to allow somebody with an A2 license to ride it. It's a bit of a pussycat at times, certainly beneath 4,500 revs. It vibrates a little bit. That would be my only negative point that I would sort of say about this bike. is that below 4,500 revs it's a bit clanky, things vibrate and shake. So that would be my negative thing about it. But it is a pussycat beneath 4,500 revs, and then above 4.5 it just changes into a bit of a tiger, really, bit of a monster. Wolf in sheep's clothing, really, is how I'm going to describe it. But a very nice machine. As always with these YouTube videos, you can sort of filter out any negative comments, and basically you either like the bike or you don't. We always buy a bike because we like the looks of it, generally speaking, and certainly I'm no different to anybody else. Even if there's negative comments about a bike, I would just sort of blank those out, and I'll go with the bike because I like the look of it. And this is a pretty looking bike, good looking bike. It handles really well, no problems with that. So best thing you can do there is pop down to your local Ducati dealer. In my case it's Bikers, and go and see, in my case, Owen down at Bikers, and you may be able to take this bike out if it's still there on demo. But yeah, cracking little bike. It's not too daunting to ride. Yeah, it's alright, it's good. Anyway guys, I'm going to get my KTM and go and get hot in the traffic, so ride safe. Make any comments down below. Cheerio for now, take care, ride safe, and see you again soon in the next video. Bye bye.